at Artistic Jewelers. The video you're about to watch is sponsored by Artistic Jewelers, so stay tuned for the ad and see what we have in store for you. Bye! Artistic Jewelers, the name says it all. Step into our store and experience our family's dedication to technique, detail, quality, and bringing your ideas to life. Known for our custom creations and our beautiful works of art. Pieces that will last a lifetime. Not just jewelry, but masterpieces. Artistic Jewelers is not your average jewelry company by any means. We are here to set you apart from the rest. We can't wait to see you and help you design your creation. Or pick one of our uniquely designed and carefully crafted works of art from our jewelry designers and gemologists. Check us out at www.artisticvi.com or visit us right in the heart of Main Street in St. Thomas. There is a warrior inside of all of us. It's time to find that warrior and trust your inner self. I am Megan Bryan, and this is Moments with Me, Island Sweetheart. Hey beautiful island warriors, so today we are at the home of Mr. Max Daswani, who just so happens to be my boss, and this video is actually sponsored by Artistic Jewelers, so we're gonna go ahead and see if he's home because we have some really interesting questions to ask him. Hi!
Good morning!
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Welcome.
I was just telling our viewers that this video is sponsored by Artistic Jewelers, and I work for Artistic. This is my boss, Max Daswani. So this is his home, and we're going to be interviewing him today. So stay tuned till the end to catch all the details of Artistic Jewelers. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's
Good.
a beautiful morning.
So for those of you who don't know Max, Mahesh Daswani, but he goes by Max, he is my boss. He is a powerful, humble warrior. He doesn't even show it, but I know him and I know his story. And he is so strong and powerful to share it with us today.
Absolutely.
And he's also a savage businessman, so don't let him fool you. So I like to start from the very beginning. I first want to say, you're the first male I'm interviewing on my channel.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you for stepping forward and doing this with us. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Max is actually not from the Virgin Islands. I know he's, very well known in the community here, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell your story of where you started.
Originally born in India, in Pune,
Nice.
and spent very little time there. Branched out to Hong Kong. That's where my dad was in the clothing business. He was doing custom tailoring,
Yeah.
and decided to move the family to Hong Kong.
That's actually popular there, the clothing business in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Very, very popular.
Yeah. Well, that explains the style.
Exactly. So that's how I get it from.
Yeah.
And kind of spent most of my time there. Went to school there, and then branched off to our beautiful island St. Thomas here, and this is gonna be my last stop, I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
powerful. That says a lot about the island.
Absolutely, we love it, and been here for a long time, and it's been good for us.
How old were you when you moved from India to Hong
India,
Kong?
I was 5.
Wow,
Yeah,
so very
really,
little time.
Really, spent practically no time there.
Yeah, but they say the first 5 years is like the foundation, so you have those values.
The roots are there.
Yeah, and then you told me, I believe, once that you left Hong Kong around 18.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a young adult, young man.
Didn't go to college, just started out, hitting the road early. Just
Powerful
like,
guys, profound.
Just like my brother did.
Yeah.
And that's why, how I got to come here.
Wow.
My brother Pash has been here almost 35 years.
Wow.
And followed his footsteps. And,
Local.
here we are, yeah.
So,
Exactly.
You had never came to the Virgin Islands,
No,
leaving
never.
Hong Kong.
Been to the States.
Been
few
to
times
America.
For vacation.
Yeah.
But no, never been to St. Thomas.
That's a huge move. I mean, that's across the country. That's not even across the country. That's across the globe.
Absolutely, but you know, it just happened, and had to do this really fast. And this is how I got into and started working right away at a jewelry store.
Okay.
Worked for about 2 years,
Wow.
and then my brother and I got an opportunity to open a store on Main Street.
Beautiful.
Which was hard back in the day to find a store.
Yep.
And
Very saturated.
very saturated. Didn't even know if there would have been a store coming up on the street. That's how secretive everything was, and you know, business was booming that time. Paid a lot of money to get into a location.
Wow.
And that was in 1992.
I wasn't even born yet.
1992. This is where we started.
Wow, that's crazy. If you guys don't know, I've actually been to Hong Kong, and it's a huge city. All the lights, I mean, it's
Big difference.
beautiful. It is like just in awe coming from a small island. But for you, coming from a big city,
It was a big,
To this
big
rock?
adjustment.
yeah.
Big adjustment.
So how did you deal with the cultural shock?
It was challenging,
Yeah.
but the people are great here, and I absolutely love that about this island. The
community.
How they are separated,
Yeah.
and how unified also they are at the same time.
Yes.
You know, that's very nice. And then obviously, you know, as time goes by, I was here in 1995 for the hurricane.
Yeah.
And then, you know, really brings out the strongest thing in everybody, how, you know, everybody comes together and works together. And so seen a lot, you know.
Be
here.
strong.
Exactly.
Okay, so I know before we, talked a bit, and you know that I lost my parents and you lost your father.
In 95.
95, so you had already came to,
I was already here.
okay, what was that like? Because you were away, right?
I was away. I could not leave the country.
Oh man.
My immigration papers were put in, so I couldn't leave the country.
Oh,
So it was definitely a challenging point. But
did you know, was it sudden or was it?
it was pretty sudden. It was
Okay.
pretty sudden, and yeah, he was gone pretty soon. But just couldn't leave, so didn't
Yeah.
have much of a choice to
Yeah.
deal with it and just move on.
You just kind of,
Yeah, definitely, it's been challenging.
yeah. I didn't go see my mom the last 3 days, and I always say like, well, I connected to her more after. So it is how you take it.
True.
So then you come to the Virgin Islands, you're living here, you're working with your brother, you're getting a community, and then you meet the love of your life. Tell me how that happens.
That's right. Shira, my wife, Nithya, we've been married almost coming up 20 years next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime for some of us.
Time definitely flies. 20 years.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine who I met through it. They had just moved from India, actually.
Okay.
And I used to live in a community where they had moved over there
Here.
in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And just happened to get really friendly with them, and I used to go to their house and have dinner and hang out, and we were watching their wedding movie one night.
That's crazy.
And that's when I spotted Nithya.
You just saw her and knew?
Saw her, and kind of I was like, wow, who's this girl, And they said, oh, she's a friend from Nigeria, and she had gone to school with them in India, and just kind of struck it out a few times, and it kind of hit me. And she was going to drop her brother to college in Boston.
Okay.
And they
Is that
said-
Devin?
Yes, exactly.
We work with Devin
Devin.
now. That's funny.
And so they told her, listen, why don't you come down? You're already in the States.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun, for you to be in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And so that's how it all started. She came down here, and we connected.
How old were you?
I was 28, 29.
Right, so like my
Yeah.
age. So in India, which you're originally from, arranged marriages are really, popular. I think maybe not as much as they used to be.
Used to be true.
But-
it is fading away.
Yeah, as a 28-year-old man, you probably already had that mindset.
I was my motto of coming to St. Thomas was focused on building a business, making money, and that was my priority.
So that would be a bonus. You want the business to succeed, and if I'm succeeding, I'll find. And it just so
Everything
happened to
else
play
comes
out.
along the way. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how it was. She came down during 9/11, actually. So she got stuck here, and her
That was 20 years ago. Wow.
Her parents were freaking out, and they flew down here, and she said, "I met this guy, and he wants to marry me." This is how it was. That was September.
Right.
And we got engaged in November in St. Thomas.
Wow. I love this story so much. I love Max and Nitya also so much. We're going to interview her at some point, and you guys are just going to love her. She's a warrior as well. Okay, so you opened Artistic, you're a young newlywed, and then you guys want to start a family.
That was a whole different thing. Yes, like I said, coming up 20 years now. Took it easy for the first few years into our marriage.
Yeah,
kinda
you're young.
Getting to know each other, traveling, and then as time went by, definitely we were trying to conceive, and got into situations as it's not happening, and tried a lot of different things before we went the medical route. And
Was that hard to decide to take the medical route?
We just didn't know what was wrong, and we wanted to make sure that it wasn't us. So definitely just had to run some basic tests and stuff like that. So we did that around, I think, 2010 onwards, 2012 even actually.
Wow.
Really nothing was wrong, just we were not conceiving.
So it kind of puts pressure.
Yeah, which way do you go? Obviously, we've been trying naturally for a while.
Yeah.
And decided to go through the in vitro route.
Yeah.
We had a few tries, several tries actually, were not successful. But yes, it is definitely being on a roller coaster.
Well, you guys are obviously still together, so that kind of says that made you guys much stronger.
Makes you stronger. But
yeah, that's not easy.
For a lot of couples,
it is the end.
Not work. I can assure you that.
Well, that's something to take on for yourself. And for Nitya as well.
Problems, you get into, and like I said, it's very emotional for both of them.
Yeah, you want to be her rock.
For the girl.
She wants to be your rock. Yeah.
You're getting on medications.
I was gonna say.
It takes a toll on your body. Obviously, financially, it's a huge thing also.
You're in with hormones, taking it into your body.
Emotionally, so it takes an effect. But we really wanted to try it. We didn't shy away from it.
Thank God you didn't give up.
We didn't give up.
I wouldn't have my knees.
We got recommended to a doctor in Florida.
Okay.
And we did our first IVF, and we were successful.
What was that like?
It was amazing.
I mean, all this time
Getting
trying.
that pregnancy test, and she's
How-
positive.
How long would you say you tried before, even in vitro and naturally, before you saw the first?
First one was.
Because I know there was some fails you were saying.
Yes, there were, and this is the first route that we were positive.
Yeah, so she was the first pregnancy.
I think it was 2013. My wife will know better.
Yeah.
2013 came out positive.
Yeah.
But sadly, we found out right away it was getting into 1 for 2s. So we had to fly back out.
Oh my
and take care
goodness.
of that thing immediately. So that was.
Was she feeling sick? I mean, already pregnancy is not
No,
easy
we
on the
went
body.
through the test, and usually the estrogen level starts to rise up, and the numbers go up dramatically, and hers didn't go up as far. So we did a test here locally, and they said they see it's in the tube and it has to be removed right away. Yeah, so that was our first success.
That's heartbreak.
Absolutely, but
You just kept, you're like, we're not going to give up.
We believe in the higher power, and what's meant to be, it's coming your way.
Exactly.
So no matter how hard you try, whatever you do, when it's your right time, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come to you.
And it did.
And it did.
And Yana's perfect.
Tried a few more tries in India.
Wow.
Heard about this amazing doctor in India. And so we flew up there, we went up there, we did 2 tries there, and we were not successful. And finally decided to just give it a break. It was just getting, I think, too much.
You need to
for
kind of
us.
scale back.
Just kind of scale back. It was just, I think, season time starting in 2015. The doctor who I did it with in Florida where our first success was there. He called me up. He said, "Listen, I'm coming on a cruise with a friend of mine, and let's meet up. And I want to talk to you about some stuff. And there's some new tests out there that we're doing outside the country." So I said, "Doc, it would be great to meet you. We'd love to take you out for lunch or whatever. And but we're not ready yet because we just kind of taking a break. And I'm in season right now. I can't just pick up and go."
Right. You've been traveling already back and forth.
It's difficult. I'm going to India, going to Florida, just back and forth.
Yeah, all this while running a business,
Absolutely.
hopping off a plane and then throwing it away and be like, all right, good morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
a show every day, and that's how we had to do it. So he came down on a cruise, went for lunch, and he said, "Listen, give me 10 minutes. I just want to talk to you guys. I know, the first round wasn't successful with me, but based on your results, you guys are good. You guys are healthy. And,
Positive candidates.
Exactly. So I wouldn't say that you guys don't have a chance at all.
Yeah, don't rule it
Why
out.
don't we, do this one more cycle and see where it goes?"
So just him coming on that cruise,
And,
divinely
and we
guided.
didn't even, we stopped,
You were stopped trying.
I said, we'll take a break.
But he called you.
He called me, he said, "I'm coming on a cruise." I said, "Okay, perfect, let's just meet up." And we loved him, he was amazing.
Yeah.
And we said, "Okay, fine, you know what, let's do this again."
Yeah.
And that's when...
Was it a hard choice to decide to go back into it again?
You know what, I believed in him, we really liked him.
Yeah.
And I usually, if I feel comfortable with somebody, I'm going to stick with them, whether it didn't work or not. It's not his fault, obviously.
Right.
It's in God's hands.
Right. That's the humble warrior.
We feel very comfortable with them, and
Yeah.
we wanted to give it one more try.
Yeah.
And that's when it happened.
So now you tried one more time when you stopped.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
finally get pregnant.
Got
And
a positive result.
what is that feeling like?
I mean, it was a lot of fears in you. It's like a lot of stuff comes back, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what if something goes wrong again?
Right.
But
It made it all worth it though.
we
all those
kept the
tries.
faith strong, and
Yeah.
we were positive. We stayed there for a little while to make sure everything was running smooth. And I think it was on her second scan or a third scan. That's when we found out we had twins.
Wow, like what a blessing.
had
This is
a-
common though with
With in vitro,
That's
it
what
is
I've
common,
heard.
but they only put in one, usually depending on the age.
all the hormones.
And she had perfect A-grade eggs. Put in one, apparently it split. And
So identical when it splits.
Yeah, it splits.
Wow.
And the second heartbeat came a little later.
Huh.
So on the first scan, didn't show anything. It was just, it's positive. We see a heartbeat there. Congratulations, that's great. But I think it was on our second or third scan.
They started to
they see a
realize.
flicker and they're like.
Sometimes they hide behind one another.
They had no idea, and they said, you've got twins. So we were just taken back and totally shocked and obviously super excited. My doctor was a little concerned that, coming out after a few weeks, it could be concerning for the future. But let's see, where this goes. So, we just went along with it. And we decided to get a place there.
Smart.
And we rented a place, and we settled in, and I had to go back and forth.
Wow. I can't imagine.
So it was a lot of work, a lot of pressure.
So Florida.
Financially, physically, emotionally.
Yeah. But you made it work.
We made it work, and we have a beautiful princess with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you guys know Max and Neptia, you probably know Yana. And she is a warrior herself.
She's the star of our life.
Yeah, Max actually, you call her a fighter a lot.
I do.
And she's a warrior.
She is. She came in at 2 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
She's a huge child.
I mean, 1, trying to conceive. 2, losing. 3, getting pregnant. And then conceiving the birth experience, a preemie. And then the one that was faint. I know that for pregnancies, they tell you sometimes baby A, baby B.
Yes,
Did you guys know
exactly.
which one was going to be?
Yeah, it was A and B for sure. Yana was actually B.
And that was the first heartbeat.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of knew you had that connection from Yana,
Exactly.
and then you make this whole other connection.
Yes.
So if you want to share and what you're willing to share,
Sure.
just the birthing experience going in, because she was 5 months.
Yeah, my Nithya was at 27 weeks.
Okay.
When we found out they were twins.
Oh wow, so she was pretty far along actually.
Usually 30 and up for twins, it's pretty good.
Okay.
And her gynac told her, we need at least 27 weeks out of you for at least some state of survival
Yeah.
for the kids, because obviously they've seen this all day long. They know
Yeah.
what's coming, So they're like, you need to pull along. So she got bed rested almost for a month. Till she can, just buy the time and smoothly just take the weeks out and see where we're at.
Right.
So yeah, delivered at 27 weeks. Yana came in at 2 pounds. My other daughter, Ariana, came in at 1 pound.
Oh wow.
So that was definitely challenging. Yeah. She was smaller as, like I said, the heartbeat came later.
Mm-hmm.
So she was progressing, but there was a gap between the two girls.
Did they get to meet each other on the outside, or was it?
It was a very short time. I was there for the delivery.
Okay, great.
It was, Yana came out first,
Yeah.
tapped her back, they're like, she's good, no problem, and I'm standing with Nithya when I
Yeah.
can see what's going on.
Natural birth?
No, C-section.
C-section,
Because
same.
It was programmed,
Yeah.
at a certain time we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then Ariana came out and we had about 6 or 8 nurses.
Wow.
So they were very prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see, everybody's on her. They put the tube in her right away. And the doctor came in and he said, for Yana, he gave me thumbs up. For that one, he said, we don't know what's going on yet. So this was like 12:30 in the morning they delivered. I went home around 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. And then got a call at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning that Ariana was not going to make it because her lungs didn't develop strong enough. And we've seen 1-pounders, that's not the issue.
Yeah, I've heard.
But the base is the
Development.
lungs is the foundation of the body. And, they were not fully developed.
So did you go back to the hospital?
I went back to the hospital and it was just a few hours that we got to spend time with her.
But you did get to spend a little
Yeah,
time.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's so
they
great.
gave her, in our lap and.
Ooh, that makes me emotional.
Yes, no, it's definitely challenging, but
Being a mom
we
going
are
through it, I
strong.
get it.
And and trust me, we have God has given us two. Yana she's just amazing.
Hmm. And you have an angel.
Exactly.
So that's really powerful. I would like, if you don't mind, sharing a little bit how you and Shira found strength in each other with a brand new baby, but also dealing with grieving now, because you have life and death in the same, and that's a lot.
We just embraced everything that God has given us with Yana, and not
You
like
put your love into her.
But we didn't even have time to grieve over Ariana because it was very bittersweet, and she was in the NICU for 3 months almost. Nithya was out in a week, 10 days, and she was recovering. So we wanted to give her the milk, and so she had to go every day to deliver the milk. So I think that positive energy just so much in Yana to making sure she's okay. And she was just coming out so strong. So they kept her in literally almost 3 months.
I kind of get that in a different aspect, because I was pregnant when my dad passed, and I just put all my love into Liliana.
It happens, and that's what God does.
It's like they've given, and Liliana is really a warrior, and she speaks so powerfully, even though she's so young.
Yes.
And everyone sees it, who knows
everyone
her.
Sees it.
Yeah.
It's so true. Everybody says that about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're blessed in a lot of good ways, honestly.
Wow. Okay, so now you are raising a daughter, and I know I'm going to interview at some point Nithya on this. Who knows that she lost a twin? Can you tell me a little bit as a dad what that's like? She's a positive little girl, but she's also deep.
She is. She talks about her sister a lot. We've got the 2 pictures on her bedroom. And there are times, she'll talk about, oh, I miss my sister Ariana, and and I say it's totally fine. I just lost my mom last year, so she was very close to her also. So she kind of gets
so
into
smart.
those zones sometimes. Oh, I'm a little sad. I can't do certain things with her. But we made that sure in her mind that you had a sister. And a lot of people are different, they just maybe want to brush it off. And
I was gonna say that.
It's like I said, it whatever happened, it had to happen. It's not in our control. We wanted one kid. We got her. She's healthy, and that's how we did it.
I commend you as a parent for being so real with her, because I think I take that approach on parenting as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna grow up and know eventually.
Sure.
So
and
why
we
not?
had decided, what do we do? Do we hide it, or and we just felt.
I love that. It's real. It's life.
Absolutely.
Wow.
She is so innocent, so why start her on a foot where you're trying to cover something up for no reason?
Right.
And that's how it is. And she goes to school, she talks about her sister sometimes. And
Yeah, she even talks to me about it. She talks about her grandma.
Exactly.
And
She's feeling her grandma loss because she was with her, she was
Yeah.
staying here.
That's
So she has moments.
that's strength also that she's willing to share, because some kids do just suppress.
Yeah.
And
They take
it's
it as a
healthy
bad thing,
that
yeah.
she feels comfortable enough to talk about it. And it's because you guys are letting her know that this is okay.
Yeah.
We're sad too.
For a 5-year-old, for her to have those
And she just turned 5, so yeah.
Yeah, she just turned 5.
Yeah, congratulations, you have a 5-year-old.
How time flies, and we talk about it, and it's like when you look back, when you rewind your life and what have we gone through.
I know, remember when you bought this house
Yeah,
and I came for your party?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's so much goes through, and you don't realize, you just go.
You just go.
Get the power, you just go.
Yeah.
You think, you look left, you look right. You put on your blinders and you just go what you have to do.
That's a warrior.
Yeah.
A lot of people will just sit in bed. It's okay to take time for yourself, but most people probably didn't know any of this, unless they're very close to you.
Yes.
And it's not talked about, and you guys are like, I don't care. This is our story.
Yes.
And
there's nothing to hide.
that's really powerful.
And if we can help other, families, other
many.
couples who are struggling with, not getting pregnant or whatever, if they've lost a child,
Yep.
there are different ways to.
Even raising a child with that, I mean, there's so much strength in all of it.
Yes.
And you guys don't even, you just do.
We just do.
We just do.
Our foot is on the gas. We just go.
So I'm going to touch on just 2 more things, and then I'm going to let you go because Max is a really busy businessman.
No, that's good. There's not so many ships, so.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to touch on the pandemic, business, the shot maybe, and then also going through a loss during the pandemic. I know that you went back and forth, but your family didn't really get to.
Yes. I did get to, again, like I said, when God gives you the strength, you just go.
You just go.
I didn't think for COVID or anything. My mom was sick in New Jersey with my sister. So we were going back and forth during that time. So obviously, again, going through emotions, having a loss in the family. In addition to what's going on here with cruise ships and loss of business.
And she was here shortly before too, for Diwali and everything.
She usually spends the winters here.
Yeah.
And then normally she goes in April or May, or during carnival time if we're traveling, we'll drop her off there.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the cold, and
I don't
so
blame
summer
her.
at least she gets to spend time with my sister also.
Yeah.
But this year just happened, my sister came down here actually for my nephew's birthday, for his 25th birthday, Pasha's son, DJ. So she flew down here in February and decided to take mom back earlier. So I said, it's fine, it's only 1 more month of
Yeah.
winter.
I remember you were kind of looking for someone to help her hair, so
Yeah, exactly.
I know things change so quickly.
Yeah, she was slowing down, but she was doing everything on her pace slowly.
Yeah.
She used to come, she used to, make her tea, cook
Yeah.
food. So she was doing her thing, and then she went back in February with my sister. And then around April, May is when she started to get sick.
Climbing.
And then, mid of June, she passed away. But at least I got to.
You got to go, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that you did
I went up a
go.
few times. I did.
Sometimes you have to go to
I
and just
wasn't fearful of COVID, even though it was just so fresh. But
warrior. Just I gotta do what I gotta do.
gotta get on a plane.
Yeah.
Get on a plane.
And I think maybe you were younger, because now I know your story, and you couldn't go back for your dad, so you were definitely gonna go for your mom. Even though there's a pandemic, you're like, no, I have the power now. I'm glad that you did.
No, it was good, and got to spend a lot of quality time.
Yeah, and she had a beautiful life too.
Yeah, she was 83 years old.
I always love the way you look at things. You pick out the positive and you're like, she had a great life. We're blessed.
She did.
You focus on that, and I think that speaks for all your blessings because that's what you're focusing on. That's where your mind keeps going.
We're always thankful, we always don't forget where we came from, our roots. Back in the day, it was one person, my dad working, and everybody that he was feeding the whole family.
And you're one of four?
One of four, yeah. I'm the youngest. I've got
The baby.
the baby, 2 sisters, and one brother, yeah.
Wow. Well, now I think my last question for you would be your advice as a warrior man to people who are husbands of someone going through your story, who are dads of someone going through the story, who are businessmen trying to fight and find new ways in crisis, natural disasters, we've had hurricanes, and then just for yourself, what you would say and how you got through, if you could give that to someone to hold on to, just anything that you found that helped you get through.
Definitely the faith in the higher power. That is a huge, huge part for you to get through in anything, in any trouble. It definitely pulls you along, and obviously your family is your biggest support. A lot of stuff I went through with my daughter, or even with my mom, or just with the natural disasters we've had here. It's the family that comes together. And that's why I love this island also so much, being not really a local person, but you're accepted so well, and working together, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
But faith definitely takes you a long way.
Sometimes it's not where you're from, it is what you bring to the table. And we're all from somewhere, all of our roots go, but I think the island has come together. And
that's the most important thing.
I like what you said about the higher power, because it's believing that there's something, no matter what it is, that's going to get you through this, and you're the true test of a warrior.
I totally agree with that 100%.
With that said, I'm glad you know that. We have something for you.
Oh!
So, Max shared his warrior story, and now you're going to mark it and represent.
Why not?
So, we know you like white and red.
Oh, wow!
So it
How
says
did you know my colors
warrior, right? And it says I am Max. So you got your own hashtag with the brand.
Can I wear it today?
Yes, you absolutely can.
As soon as I have to work, I'm going to put this on.
Thank you so much,
No,
Max,
thank you.
for
Thank
sharing
you for
your
coming
story.
over. It was.
I so
real
appreciate
pleasure.
it, and you're gonna help so many people.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep watching, subscribe, like. He'll tell you the same, and then wait just for the artistic video and jump on the website.
Keep that faith.
Thank you guys. Thank you, beautiful warriors, for taking the time to join us and watch this impactful video. I can't wait to keep sharing these powerful warrior stories with all of you. Let us know if there's something you'd like to see next. Bye.